Being in an industry where it's mostly adults, you get to learn a few things.
It's gotta be hard for Issa Rae to know her kid co-star is also her boss.
We have a BMW situation, black mama whooping.
I told you not to test me! Yes!
But I guess if you get the chance to whoop your boss on screen with a belt, then it kind of all balances out, right? But before we get to the young exec,
This is proof of authenticity. Super straight. Electricity manipulation. Hyperspeed.
I'd like to purchase some of your finest beer, please.
holding on to the #1 spot this week is the original Captain Marvel. Shazam brought in an estimated $25 million in its sophomore weekend, pushing its domestic haul past $94 million. Zachary Levi and company are also doing very well at the foreign box office. After just 10 days in theaters, Shazam has brought in more than $126 million outside the US, pushing the worldwide box office total to $221 million. And with that, on to #2.
I got big and I got rich. So now who gonna check me, boo?
I wish you were my age, then I'd check you, boo. I wish you were little.
I told you, watch it.
And the black Jesus?
Taking the #2 spot in its debut weekend is Little, bringing in a solid $15 million. Not a bad debut for the youngest executive producer in Hollywood history. Little carries a relatively modest $20 million budget and is now well on its way to making its money back. Tom Hanks' Big, which served as inspiration for Little and Shazam, had an $8 million debut, but eventually pushed past $150 million at the box office. And while no one is expecting Little to make quite that much, Universal is hoping this family comedy can serve as counter-programming.
Whatever it takes.
To the box office behemoth barreling toward your local theater. And finally, in third place this week, Hellboy, bringing in a disappointing $12 million in its first weekend out. There were multiple box office flops this weekend, but you could argue this is the biggest. Hellboy cost $50 million to produce, and unlike Little, things are more than likely not getting better from here. Along with there being several action alternatives at the box office, critics are butchering this one. Hellboy carries a 15% rating on Rotten Tomatoes with 146 reviews counted.
Is your man the kind of man who would climb the height? I'm in a tight head.
Nice pants.
Which, for the record, should be impossible considering how charming David Harbour is. I mean, his likability alone should really be enough to keep your film above water. As for next week, horror's favorite combo, kids and demons.
Rinsing.